this block on the board so that I could put the hood on the base. And this cove mold is missing. I decided to put a cove mold because that's what most clocks have. I made a sample piece so that I could determine the shape and dimensions of the cove molding. This is a closer view of the molding. So I'll make the molding out of walnut, and we'll demonstrate how that was determined as far as size and radius. I determined the radius through a series of trial and error. To cut that, we position a rail as a guide, cut the piece of walnut to the correct height and width to give me enough to cut this radius. This is cut by moving the board on an angle, with the blade rotating, and taking about 1/16 of an inch per cut to cut this radius. And the saw blade, which is not the proper thing to do for it, but it works when you do it cautiously. So we'll demonstrate that. Usually wear gloves to keep from getting splinters in my fingers. We have an exhaust system that will take about 90% of the sawdust. So I'll move the blade up a 1/16 of an inch and take a cut. Cut that far because that's going to be the first piece of molding. Once I get to this edge, the wood will disappear. They'll cut it away, and I need some support to keep this approximate 2x4 level. But it takes many cuts to cut the entire cove. To make the final cuts on this cove, I put a spacer here to hold up the leg, which I had to shorten because the board wasn't wide enough. Since I'm only using that much of the board, this is going to be waste. So you can see here how this came in to cut that cove. This view is the completed cove molding that I made in the previous scenes.